What's up, you guys? It's the Barber Brooks, and I am back in Istanbul, Turkey at my second home, the HairNeva headquarters. If you look around me, I'm at our beautiful, world-class, world-renowned hair transplant clinic here in Istanbul. And behind me, I actually have our world-class medical consultants. Hey Mike, so I had an amazing result with my hair transplant. Is it possible for everyone to get a result like mine?
Excellent question. I mean, we've seen what a transplant can do, and your result has come out very strongly, right? In the end of the day, it all depends on the patient's, first of all, expectations,
Right.
perspective. What does he want from the transplant?
Okay.
Secondly, how good is his donor area, right? If the patient's donor area is solvent enough, then he could get same results as you, or maybe in some situations even better results, because we are here to try to make patients the best version of themselves.
Understood.
So it's mainly dependent on the donor area, the patient's post-operation treatments that he follows, and just a few little niggles, and you can be the best version of yourself within a year.
Hey Brooks, good to see you.
Thank you.
I always wanted to ask you, what drew you towards HairNeva Clinic?
I think what drew me to HairNeva specifically was Dr. Go. Dr. Go, he's a world-renowned plastic surgeon, board certified. He's an artist, ultimately, a cosmetic artist. And me knowing that this clinic, HairNeva, was founded and he's the CEO, and he's actually here in person, he's not just out somewhere, he's in the clinic. So when I met him, and then when I got my procedure, he drew my hairline on. So he's the artist. He's the artist behind the entire clinic, behind the entire HairNeva brand. And so the fact that I had a doctor who was not only a doctor, but an artist, able to draw my hair on, and then just care for the artistry behind hair. I'm a barber, and I call myself an artist as well. I care about the way my hair looks and the artistry behind hair and styling. And so Dr. Go being a part of the clinic, here hands-on, drawing my hairline on personally, that's what sold me on HairNeva, okay? What would you recommend as the best post-operation treatments?
So the best post-operation treatments, we can't just generalize.
Okay.
Obviously, we are medical professionals. We do recommend a few to be used, which include medications, right? Some patients aren't very keen with the idea of medications, so we tell them to use them in moderation. But in general, there are many different things that patients can do. They can use oils, serums, multivitamins, some of which you have been recommending, Batana oil and whatnot. If it is easily accessible, patients can do PRP and many other treatments as well. You have to realize that these treatments are just to boost the result.
Absolutely.
The result doesn't depend on these treatments, but these are good additions. If done correctly, they can sometimes make the results come faster than maybe a few months, 2 months, because they help boost the hair.
Okay. So I'm understanding that it is possible to get results just like me, but you also may be getting better results than me.
Exactly. It totally depends on the patient's donor area, his expectations. For example, you had gotten 2 sessions with roughly around 6,040, right? This graft count isn't specific for everyone. If the patient's donor area is better, we can do even more.
Wow, okay.
We have achieved at par results like yourself with even lower graft counts. So it totally depends on how much of a graft count is available, where do we have to implant, and how much of an area do we have to cover. If all of these things checks out, then why not everyone can be the best version of themselves?
So dear Brooks, I would love to know how was your journey experiencing hair resection to achieving this amazing result? Specifically, was it worth it, the distance, the investments, and your time?
Great question. I think it was worth every mile. The reason being, when you're bald or when you're losing your hair, it's really, really sensitive, and it's a big topic. I know you guys deal with people that have a massive amount of insecurities. Now, if you're bald, you're going to remain bald for the rest of your life. So I think that traveling 10 to 12 hours, depending on where you're coming from in the world, coming from America, about a 12-hour flight, is a small price to pay to have my hair back for the rest of my life. My experience at HairNeva was incredible, top of the line. My results were even better. I couldn't have asked for probably better results. I don't think it would have been possible. So you guys achieved the best possible result that I could have ever imagined. Would I do it again 100 times? It was worth every single mile that I traveled.
That's amazing. We're also very happy to have you here, and I think every person deserves such an amazing result.
They do, absolutely. Thank you.
Anytime.
You guys did my procedure in one trip, in back-to-back days, 6,000 grafts broken up in 2 sessions. Why do you sometimes tell other clients that they need to come back 8 months later and not do it in one trip?
Excellent question. I think this comes a lot with many patients because they see your transformation, they're very happy with the whole process, done in one trip.
Right.
We don't have a preference.
Okay.
It all depends on the patient's donor area and how good is his donor area. When I say good, it doesn't mean that it has to be amazing. It's just that sometimes extracting 6,000 grafts in one visit can be a little bit of an overreach.
Understood.
Potentially over-harvesting the donor area. Our first priority as a clinic, medical professionals, are to fix and give you good hair, but also not ruin the donor area in the process of doing so.
Understood.
So I do agree with, I understand where this question is coming from. Patients don't want to come twice, it's a little bit inconvenient. But in order for us to give them the results that they want and also make sure that medically everything is checked, they sometimes have to come twice. Because if the donor area cannot hold more than 4,000 grafts in one visit, we don't do so. So we do 4,000 in one, and then the remaining graft count, which could be on the crown or depending on the treatment plan, it's after 8 to 12 months. So we try our best to make the process easier for the patient and as convenient. But sometimes we are medical professionals, we have to make sure that the patient's health and the donor area is given priority for the excellent results, let's say.
It's understood. So what I'm hearing is that you guys do that for the client's benefit.
Yes, we completely are from this perspective. We try to, make sure that the results are good. Sometimes many patients say that, okay, just do all that you can in one visit, right? And what they mean by that is that do it on my hairline, do it in the middle, do it in the crown. We can do that, but the density may suffer in the crown and the middle, which may end up patients complaining. So we take that into consideration as well, and this is why we try to split it over 2 visits. Many patients might be thinking that, we're doing this maybe to make patients come back or maybe spend a little bit extra. They are right in that perspective, but again, it all comes down to preserving the patient's donor area and making sure that the top is fixed, but also the donor and the back area is maintained in the process.
Okay. Understood. Okay, Mike, so because I got a hair transplant, do I have to take medications such as finasteride and minoxidil for the rest of my life?
Great question, and this question that you do have in mind, almost every patient has the same question.
Interesting.
When it comes to these medications, you have to realize that these medications aren't recommended to everyone.
Okay.
They're only for specific patients because, when the patient comes to the clinic, we take into consideration the hair type, the skin type, many things into consideration. So it's only recommended to a selected few patients. If we talk about the medication itself specifically, our main aim with the medication is not to build a dependency on it.
Good, okay.
But rather it's used as a form of boost or help to the hair. Okay. For example, if you look at the basic thinking in many countries, they say use 1 milligram every day, use a 5% minoxidil twice a day, right? Which can be many different forms. We at HairNeva Clinic, even though we are giving 1 milligram a day, but we also say sometimes for patients that if you take 2 or 3 milligrams a day, it should be well below any side effect level, right? Because the minimum or the maximum level of side effects is 3.75 milligrams a week.
Okay.
So that's one. Secondly, regarding minoxidil, we try to be conservative. We only recommend the 2.5%.
Okay.
So it's a low potency. Both of these medications are low potency that we recommend. Again, it comes back to the fact that we're just trying to use them to boost the hair and not build a dependency. I'm just going to finish off with saying this. When it comes to using these medications, we ultimately recommend to use these medications for the first 6 to 9 months. Okay? And why is this so? You can imagine hair being like a bamboo tree.
Okay.
A bamboo tree, you can't see it for months, days, and immediately it kind of sprouts out and becomes very long, right? So it's the same thinking. These medications are there to basically make the recovery process very strong and build a strong foundation for the hair to then grow fast. So after 6 to 9 months have passed, you can completely stop these medications, transition to natural treatments instead, which is oils, serums. A derma roller is amazing. You've been using it yourself as well. So you can transition over to those natural treatments instead.
Okay.
If patients are okay with using these medications, then it's fine. You can use it maybe once or twice a year, here and there, just to provide the bare minimum that is required, because essentially this is all food for the hair.
Yeah. I'm in Turkey, the mecca of hair transplants. There's thousands of clinics out here, even just in Istanbul alone. So what makes HairNeva different? Why should I come to HairNeva versus the variety of other clinics that are out here?
Very important question, Brooks. You know, most of the patients, when they compare the prices, the clinic, different thoughts or different evaluation diagnosis when it comes to the hair transplant procedure, well, they feel like all of us the same, you know.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Well, HairNeva Clinic been challenging its quality in the service in the market over 2 decades. And I would definitely say that the owner and the co-founder of this clinic is the plastic surgeon, you know.
Yeah.
And his own customized team contains 16 specialist technicians who have been working with the international patients. And most importantly, that in our clinic, we focus more on the construction, let's say, more focus on the designing, you know, patient's preference. For example, some patient would like to go with U-shaped kind of hairline, V-shape, you know. I mean, for example, some patients, they are 25 years old, let's say. Some patients, they are 50 years old, between mid-age, let's say. So according to their preference, all customization could be done in our clinic. You know? When it comes with the hairline structure, let's say, and we are more focusing on the patient desire, you know, how they want to look like after the results, you know. So most probably these are the most important thing in our clinic. Like, we understand the patient need, what exactly they're looking for, where we also give our patients, you know, focus more on the consultation, explaining over the phone call, sharing, like make patients more comfortable towards the procedure.
Can I say something that I've noticed about HairNeva is the fact that the clinic is in the hotel that I stay in. It feels very intentional and personal for the client.
Yeah, you're right actually, Brooks. You know, when patients come to the clinic, they think like, okay, I mean, if I'm gonna stay in another place where I have to hustle, you know, back and forth going to the clinic for the procedure, and then after the procedure, oh, I need time to rest, you know, and for that purpose, you know, HairNeva is in the same building of the Merit, which is very convenient for our patients to stay in the same building and the procedure done in the same building too.
That's amazing. Okay, so we're here in the mecca of hair transplants, the #1 hair transplant country in the entire world. There's hundreds of clinics in Istanbul alone. Why should I come to HairNeva? What makes you guys different?
That's a very great question, by the way. So there are some couple reasons that I would like to mention right now that why you should choose HairNeva. So first of all, HairNeva, like the owner of this clinic, is not just investors or business owner. So unfortunately, many clinics in Istanbul are run by the investors and business owners.
Okay.
But like the owner and the CEO of this clinic is also a plastic surgeon. So the thing is that Dr. Gunjal brings a medical perspective to the clinic. So that is exactly why this can be very more special rather than the other clinics.
Yeah.
So this is the very first, I can say, reason. The second one, which is very important for me as well, is that here is a very boutique-oriented.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, many clinics in Istanbul try to do 15 to 20 operations per day. But in here, we do prefer to do 4 or 5 per day. So in this case, we can bring a very close attention to each client.
Okay.
And we can actually give a very detailed attention, and this is the best we can do.
Yeah.
And third is that in here, everyone has their own, for example, extraction specialist and implantation specialist.
Okay.
So this is something also we will do in here. It's not like everyone do whatever they want. It's very specific.
Yeah.
And these are the very important 3 reasons that I can say that why someone should choose HairNeva.
So Brooks, I loved the way your hairline turned out. It looks amazing.
Thank you.
Just out of curiosity, like, Okay, you got the hairline.
Right.
From my perspective, looks amazing. But just out of curiosity, what defines an amazing hairline for you?
Yeah, because I'm a barber, I deal with hairlines every single day, and I think the most important thing is that it looks natural.
Okay,
I also think a very important thing is that it ages well.
amazing.
My hairline is particularly straight, not because that's just the way that HairNeva does their hairlines. It's straight because I had SMP underneath it, scalp micropigmentation, and so we had to cover my hairline because I had that tattoo, which I'm over the moon about how natural it still looks even though it is straight. What HairNeva did is you guys used the single grafts in the front of my hairline and distributed them backwards to the double and triple grafts, how those work, from the hairline. So even when I style my hair backwards, my hair lays and looks very natural. It doesn't look very pluggy or like I got a hair transplant. So I'm satisfied with my results, but I think what makes a great hairline is a hairline that lasts and ages well with the client.
Exactly.
And from a barber's perspective, when I'm styling hair that is also directed properly so that it's easy to style, because I don't want the hair to fight against me. I don't want the hairline, the frontal region of the head to be too thick or overly dense or unnatural compared to the rest of the head as well. So I think what makes a great hairline is a hairline that is natural, that slightly recedes like a typical hairline does, and that ages well with the client. And that also is the hairline that the client asked for.
Yeah.
Because some clients do want a straight hairline,
Yeah.
and I think we have to be willing to give a client what they want, what they traveled across the world for,
Exactly.
and just do that with wisdom, so that it ages well with the client and still looks natural, even though it may be straight.
Exactly, just wanted to say this. You've said it perfectly. Your hairline looks amazing, I think the word you were trying to say is looks age appropriate.
Okay.
I would say, because when we're making the hairline, we take into consideration your facial proportions. You know, you have a facial proportion from here to here and then here.
Right.
So we take that all into consideration, so it looks really in place.
Yeah.
And plus the single grafts as well makes it look more natural. I completely understand as well that, you know, you travel all the way around, it needs to be straight. But I say that it turned out amazing, and it's a great example of what a transplant can do, I guess.
Yeah, and I thank HairNeva because you guys did it.
Me too. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mike. I know you want a hair transplant, so whenever you reach out to this WhatsApp number, these are the people that you're going to be speaking with. These are our world-class medical consultants, and they are going to be the first step to the rest of your life. Good? Sound good?